Well, hi everybody, and welcome back to the Chamber Update Show. We took a little bit of hiatus through the holiday. We hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas holiday, and Happy New Year to all. Um, we're going to be back now with our weekly show here on Wednesday afternoons. Thank you to AACS. Um, Today, we get to talk to one of the shining stars in our community, who has helped out thousands and thousands of kids. In a moment, I'm going to introduce to you the president of the Greater Attleboro Area Council for Children, Miss Sarah Achin, who her and her team have done some phenomenal things. But a quick little background, the Attleboro Area Council of Children was started in 1972 and funded by a state of office for children. It's made its mission to fill children's needs in our community for that many years. When the state funds dried up back in 1991, the council decided to go it alone and incorporate it as a nonprofit, and it's run all its programs with volunteers like Sarah. 50 years since the founding, and through the miraculous work of so many good people, the important work and the mission upon which the organization was conceived still continues. The good news and the bad news is the Greater Attleboro Area Council for Children is serving more children and families than ever before, but the need is simply great. So we need your help, folks. So I hope you all welcome me, and I'd like to introduce you to Sarah Achin, who is the president of the Greater Attleboro Area Council for Children. Hey, Sarah.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Well, this is a very, very important organization within not just the Attleboro community, but all of our surrounding communities. I had the honor this year of helping out with Christmases for Kids.
Right.
One of your cohorts, that Kelly Fox, she got me involved in this. And Kelly is one of those gals you just can't say no to.
Correct. Which we love.
First off, tell us a little bit about you.
So I grew up in North Attleboro. My family has been here for generations. I'm actually work at my family's business, which is Aiken's Garage. I'm fourth generation here. And I left for a little while. I went to school in New Hampshire and then Arizona and moved back. I've been here now for almost 16 years. And Kelly got me involved with the Council for Children, which I think is the story for everybody, almost.
Yeah.
We had an incident with her vehicle and needed to do some repairs to it for her. And she had seen that we had done a toy drive, and we had done our toy drive initially for the competing local organization, well, not local organization, but the competing Christmas organization, Toys for Tots. And when we did that, we had found out that all the toys we were getting were going down to Providence and not staying in this area. And we had told Kelly our disappointment in that and how we were trying to figure out something else. And she said, well, I have something else for you. And she introduced us as Christmases for Kids. And I haven't been able to leave a single thing alone with Christmases for Kids since then. So I volunteered for a couple of years, and then I was asked to join the board. I was on the board for a couple of years, and I was asked to become the president. And I've been doing it for, I think, 5 or 6 years, to be honest. I should know, but I think it's better not to pay attention to how long.
You're right, because time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, exactly. So.
And I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised, when I volunteered this year, to see the generosity of our local communities. I know that the numbers are a little skewed because of COVID and things didn't go as smooth as they normally go. But let me tell you, folks, this is such a well-oiled machine. Even with the little COVID bump, it I can't say ran flawlessly, but they served well over 800 kids. I don't know what the number is, and hope Sarah can share that with us, but 800 families were given a much better holiday than they would have had without Christmases for Kids.
So we were just under 900 children for this year. We had got concerned that we were going to be way higher than that this year because of everything with COVID, but it was just under 900. I want to say it was like 894, 897, right in that area. We got some really last minute additions for emergencies that happened in the local area that we were like, of course we'll take care of because it's an emergency and we don't want anyone to go without on Christmas. So
very rarely do you ever say no.
No, we don't say no.
It's a tough thing to do.
Yeah.
So I know Christmases for Kids has been around for a long time, and they've literally helped thousands and thousands of kids and families.
Mhm.
But what are some of the other programs that you support with the Council for Children?
So one of our other programs is called the Nikki O Foundation. It was named after the youngest victim of the station nightclub fire. And we, through the Nikki O organization, we support the arts. So music, drawing, drama, anything we can do with the arts. So we've helped a couple of children get clarinet lessons and guitar lessons, trumpet lessons. We've sent kids to camp for drama camp, for theater camp. Almost yearly, we support the SMARTS program. We give them a donation to be able to give some kids summer SMARTS, their activities for free over the summer, ones that are in trouble there. So that is one of our other big programs. We also have food drives. We try to do a food drive at least once a year because of all those children that have free lunches and free breakfast during the school year. Once the school year ends, there's no more food. So we've worked over the past couple of summers, I want to say 4 summers now, that we've worked and donated a bunch of food for the food drives there. Breakfast stuff, lunch stuff, different things that get handed out during the week for those. Those are our main things we're doing right now because we're actually really focusing on our capital campaign. So we're not really, our capital campaign right now is we're trying to build a building because, as you know, we've been squatters for a lot of years. For all of those years that we've been around, we've never really had our own space. So this, we're working on that progress there, which is our big challenge at the moment.
Well, I know that you've been at the old Brennan School, the old high school in Attleboro, and you got to dodge buckets of dripping water coming off some of the ceilings, and the city has been very generous to let you use that property for a long time. But you, along with your team and a lot, are focusing on this new capital campaign. Tell us a little bit more about what that's going to encompass.
Okay, so our capital campaign is in the goal for us having our own home, that we can have a home 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, so that we have a space that we can run more programs out of, do more stuff, and we're also going to have space there that we can have other nonprofits in there that deal with similar concerns that our children deal with. We're going to have a food bank in there, hopefully. We're going to have some credit counseling in there and some different things so that people that need us can come to one-stop shop and be able to get taken care of a bunch of stuff when they come to visit us. We actually have already bought the property. The property is in North Attleboro in the industrial park. We're working on slowly, that process. It's a really long process right now, but we have the property and we're all really excited about that. That's the main part of that.
How big do you think the building will be? Because I know that you are going to incorporate some of the other social service agencies,
right,
that are over there on Park Street in Attleboro right now.
So right now, our goal is to have about 20,000 square feet. 10,000 square feet are actually needed to do Christmases for kids in our normal operations. And we're going to look for 10,000 square feet for our people we're collaborating with. The food bank needs quite a bit of space and that. So it'll be about 20,000 square feet is the goal.
That'd be great. And being, right there in the industrial park, it's centrally located, right off the highway, right off 152 and Turner Boulevard, which on one side, and it'll be a really great addition to the local area.
And it's on bus line, which is important for us as well.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very, very important, because that's where a lot of your clientele and those social service agencies, need to be in a convenient place for people to. Now, I know we've all talked and have been crazy with all this COVID stuff. Tell us about some of the challenges that you have faced, not only just with Christmases for Kids, but the other program right now with COVID.
So the challenges we have faced, one is being able to get our volunteers to help us. We are so thankful for all our volunteers and our donors, but it's been hard because we had to limit the amount of volunteers we could have work with us this year. So that has definitely been a challenge for us. We worked a lot longer on Christmases for Kids than we have ever in the past because we knew we had to cut down on the amount of people there. COVID has definitely affected that. And then it also affected our donors. Our donors normally get to come in and see our operation and drop off their stuff and have a kind of Christmas experience, and that wasn't possible this year. As far as the other programs right now, we're just trying to find, obviously funds for those programs, but also a lot of them are not happening. Right now, lessons for children for instruments are all on a Zoom meeting, which is not quite the same for those kids. It's nothing like a hands-on meeting like you normally would have for a lesson. The other challenges, again, like I was saying, was finances, but also just our board getting together to share ideas and plan things. We're doing everything by Zoom, which is, as you all know, it's not quite the same.
No, I think a lot of us are getting zoomed out. I know myself, I have usually 3 a day, and people are tired of seeing this ugly mug, on the other end of a camera. Tell us, how can the public help?
Okay. Right now, the public can help, but obviously we need to do fundraising for the most part for our capital campaign. So if there's any fundraising ideas or anyone that has funds they want to send us our way, we'd be more than happy to accept them for that. We have, on our website, there's ways to donate. Right now, we don't need volunteers because, again, we can't take new volunteers at the moment, but we're hoping for next year for Christmases for Kids, we'll be at a point where we can do that.
Yeah, I know that, a large part of your volunteer base for Christmas for Kids were, some of the teenagers under a certain age, and you had to limit that this year.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I was really surprised and happy to see, because they're all part of the chamber too, is the Northeast Generals.
Yeah.
The hockey team that's down there at the New England Sports Center. Those young guys, they came and, if you haven't been over to Christmases for Kids, it's running up and down those old stairs. And old guys like me and Dave and we watch those young guys take them stairs 2 at a time as we're huffing. So we really appreciate all those people that came and helped out.
We can't thank the Northeast Generals enough. Their help was, we can't even thank them enough. It was just amazing to have young, strong people there that could carry those bags and bring in the donations and transfer stuff for us. They were amazing partners, and we look forward to a future with them that lasts for a long time, not just through COVID.
Yeah, and if anybody's down there at the New England Sports Village for anything, give a shout out to Matt Atherton and his crew, because they were more than generous with their time, and they're a great group of kids.
Yeah, for sure.
They're young men. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for sure. They were definitely, that was our one thing that we had. Everyone was over the age of 18 this year. And so that was very challenging, as you were saying, to tell our teenagers and our high school students that want to help us so much, that they couldn't help this year. It was challenging. But we did actually have some great helps that were different. Our teenagers from North Attleboro and Attleboro High School made us blankets. I don't know if you're aware of that. They had done a blanket, not even a blanket drive. They actually physically crafted the blankets for us. So that was awesome.
Yeah, and I know they did a couple of small drives to enhance some of the toys collection that you have.
Yeah.
And you've also got some pretty good companies in the area.
Amazing.
I was there for when the auto parts came, and I don't know, I think she came 3 times with stuff in the back of the pickup truck. Yeah,
Karen at Auto Part International is amazing. They've been helping us for a couple of years, and we actually got her husband to start volunteering with us. He wasn't able, again, to help us this year because of COVID, but they've been a great collaboration. And it's so nice to be able to have great members of our community that want to support local, that actually put the time and effort into it. It's been awesome.
And I know there's way too many to mention. There's Sensata that's there in Attleboro. Yeah. They helped out quite a bit. Just rattle off a couple of other names. I know we can't get them all, but some of the ones that come to mind.
So John Hancock does quite a bit for us. Sensata, Auto Parts International. The Emery Board collects toys for us, so they don't do a specific donation, but the Emery Board in Plainville, they donate a toy drive. Kelly at Ameriprise does a toy drive for us as well. And of course, I'm not going to think of anything because I'm on the spot right now of names.
I'm sorry, I should have prepped you a little better.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No, communities like ours could not function without organizations like yours. No. And, we all have many, many issues. We all have, financial and personal issues, but it's folks like you and Kelly and your crew that make it so much easier for some of these families that are struggling. and they can reach out and get guidance, get some help. I know that Dave has been putting on the website and the phone number, how people can get a hold of you, and we're hoping that they do. I think that we've seen an extraordinary amount of generosity, even though everybody is really suffering through this COVID. People have been very generous with their donations, with their cash, and we're hoping that continues because we really need you. We need your organization.
We got amazing donations this year. The cast donations this year were outstanding. I mean, people were just so generous, especially at the end there, where we were concerned that we got a bunch of new children we needed to take care of, and everybody stepped up. Every single person we dealt with, every donor stepped up to the plate. People called back and said, "What else can we do? We've already done this. Can we do something else? Can we help you some other way?" We recognize 150% that we couldn't do this without our community. Our community of donors is amazing. And then also our board of directors is outstanding. They work so well together. All of us have great conversations and we work well together, and everybody wants what's best for the organization. And that's something that can't be said across the board, even in businesses. I mean, just to get 13 people that agree is like unheard of. Absolutely unheard of.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot again. You're probably going to hate me for this. Can you shout out who your board members are?
Yeah, I can do that. Let's see. So our newest board members is actually Amy, and this is the last names are what's going to get me, but Amy Baglio from the North Attleboro High School. She's our student member, which is awesome. She was the one that kind of organized some of the blanket making this year. We have Katie Kennedy. She's one of our younger members as well. She's a local social worker. We have Lois Foster, obviously Kelly Fox, Brenna Vashon, Lisa Zwicker, Dave Kane, which we talked about Dave a few minutes ago, Doug Milo, Sandy Newfield, Chris Chapman from the Emory board, and I'm getting I have 3 more. Let's see. Oh goodness, I know, right? And then the people that I told myself. So that would be 2. Jill Tobin, she's our very newest member. She's great because she ran our afternoon program at Christmases for Kids for us. And now I'm down to 1. I'll have to owe someone a coffee for forgetting their name right now, I think. Yeah.
Well, it's an absolutely amazing team that you've put together, that we owe so much to. There's so many families that, I want to say thank you for all of the things, not just Christmases for Kids, but the goodwill, the good intentions that your folks have exhibited for so many, many years. And again, we as a community truly appreciate you and your team.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's an honor to help them.
Thanks for joining us again this week. We're just trying to pop on for 20 minutes or so to update you with some of the stuff. I want to thank Sarah for coming on and give us a little bit more information. I'm sure we will have you back on when we get closer to finding you that new home.
For sure.
We're gonna, reach out to see what we can do to help you do that. But folks, please, if you have the bandwidth or the extra, help out the Greater Attleboro Area Council for Children. They're a wonderful, wonderful organization that we just truly need. We need the goodwill of folks like this. So thank you all once again for joining us on the Chamber Update. And we hope to see you here next week. Everybody, please stay safe and stay healthy.